Is the United States dollar under threat?
We should prepare to lose our position as holder of the world's reserve currency. That is happening in slow motion. It's unmistakable.
I think I will use the word doomed in the long term.
Our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be our greatest defeat, frankly, in 200 years. There will be no defeat like that. That will take us away from being even a great power.
Since the fall of Soviet Russia, the United States has been on the top of the international stage. We're the military, economic juggernaut of the world, so much so that the entire international economy runs on the dollar. And we've been doing everything to protect that.
Shalom, shalom. Then start off by this lesson by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, our great millstone, and salutation to the brothers around the Atazar, preaching its word in truth and sincerity. And the Akwats and the husband listening and learning, teaching the kids to practice a righteous act at a young age. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Right, as I see in the video, this dollar, right, is gonna come to an end. So in the next video here, the US dollar will be no more. It will soon be a relic, right? And not the US dollar alone, but cash on the whole. But I basically want to base on the US dollar concerning what's happening right now, right? How we're seeing the US dollar itself it depreciating, as I was saying here in the video, right? I want to play it again just to go back into certain points that I was saying in the video itself.
Is the United States dollar under threat?
We should prepare to lose our position as holder of the world's reserve currency. That is
right. And here what I was saying, there was preparing. He don't want to prepare. It's already happening already, right? Because hey, Esau is a man. He a brain, right? So they already know, because remember they also believe in the prophecies of the Bible, right? So they know that hey, that time gonna come where they're gonna have to bring forth that cashless society, right? So what we saying that to preserve
as holder of the world's reserve currency. Prepare to lose our position as holder
threat.
We should prepare to lose our position as holder of the world's reserve currency. That is happening in slow motion.
Right, you see, they want to prepare the position as holder of the reserve currency, right? So when they check it out, when they check it out, right? Say simple as this: they want to make a purchase or anything anywhere in the world right now. We're gonna happen. They're gonna have to purchase it in US dollars, right? So if I want to buy shoes online, I want to buy a bag, or I want to buy clothes, right? What happening? You have to purchase it in US dollars. So basically, you're gonna have to transfer, say like in Trinidad here, right? We go 7 to 1. So we $7. So like we $7 gonna become like them $1. Is that not oppression? So basically, right, them oppressing the whole world, but we having to buy money from them to purchase something online, or purchase something in another country, right? That is wickedness. Yahweh Hashem Shai gonna have a judgment for these wicked heathens on them. So what we see, going back to what he was saying, he want to prepare, the preparing themselves, right, to lose that position as whole of the reserve currency, right? And that is where the shit gonna start to get real. That is where things gonna start to get real, right? No self, you gonna see. You can't. No self, you gonna see these jigs and them. They will basically want to go with the plan, because this song ain't good to the ears. When they talk about hey, you ain't gonna have to walk with no cash in your pocket again, so nobody can rob you. That song like a nice song in the ears.
It's unmistakable.
I think I will use the word doomed in the long term.
Yeah,
Our current
right now, hey, they're doomed. The US dollar, backed by nothing, it is doomed. Right? You could see, right? You could see what's happening to these other nations right now. They're raising up. Watch the command the form BRICS, and that backed by something, but this money here is backed by nothing.
is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be our greatest defeat, frankly, in 200 years. There will be no defeat like that. That will take us away from being even a great power.
Since the fall of Soviet Russia, the United States has been on the top of the international stage. We're the military, economic juggernaut of the world, so much so that the entire international economy runs on the dollar. And we've been doing everything to protect that.
Hey, Khan, Yapa, hey, the time is gonna come, Yahweh and put the hammer down on this wicked nation. Right? That time is coming and it is soon. They want to see how this cashless society is far and they're gonna take a while and no pandemic. Because in the article I want to see how no pandemic can bring forth the cashless society. Hey, they will see how Shai will bring forth the cashless society because prophecies must come to pass. The mark of the beast must come to pass. These nations and the oppression of these nations, especially Esau Edom, have to end. Let's go into this quick article here. How do I read that?
From the World Economic Forum. As digital currencies become more popular, could we be seeing the end of cash? Sweden, Brazil and China are among a handful of countries seeing an increasingly cashless society with the digitalization of money. Analysis suggests a general correlation between high interest rates and less cash in circulation.
Right, so that's the one to go on to this article here, right? Speaking about this cashless society in hand, right? It is soon to come into play, right? It might seem that like it's far away, but hey, just know it coming because a lot. Look at how much I was in another article earlier on, and they was speaking about how much the transaction with Jakes on the whole, well, not Jakes alone, but people, right? To say, I believe they say about 40% of American people. Well, that was a rough figure. It could be more, it could be less. I can't say for sure, right? They say 40% of American people does make the transactions with cash, but I don't know how it goes. Well, they could check that, but we saw is right. So basically, they're trying to say 60% of people. Right, 60% of the purchases, right, is cashless. Right, going back into the digital currency. Right, hey, so that's now again come to pass.
Forum. As digital currencies become more popular, could we be seeing the end of cash? Sweden, Brazil and China are among a handful of countries seeing an increasingly cashless society with the digitalization of money. Analysis suggests a general correlation between high interest rates and less cash in circulation. Central bank digital currency, CBDC, is inevitable, with 90% of central banks developing one and the percentage of countries developing or piloting a CBDC having doubled in 1 year.
Right, so basically, it's less transaction with cash and more transaction digitally. So gradually we will be seeing that this dollar, right, especially the US dollar, right, we gonna be seeing that fading away. That is why I was saying it will soon be a relic where you could go back and you're showing it, and you'll be showing your child or your grandchild, whoever it is. You're gonna be like, hey, this is what we used to pay with long time. Because watch is the other day I went by my aunt and I saw somebody old TT dollars. I was like, hey boy, what we used to use. That's what it's going to be. It's gonna be a relic. Get the precept one time. This book of Revelation. This is book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads. Right? And what mark is that? The M to the O to the T to the B to the B. Right? When you cannot buy or sell, as it says here, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? Like the only way you're gonna be able to buy, you're gonna be able to make any transaction. As I say, it's more like a rice grain. They're gonna put it in your hand with that chip, right? That chips, that potato chip, right? Where they're gonna put in your head. So that is the only way you're gonna be able to make any transaction, because look how we see in here, it close, it nigh at hand. We have to consider the times in right now, because Yahweh Shem Yashai is using these other nations also to speed up Esau and that agenda that he in, because he know that he want to fulfill his agenda. And these other nations, them not on that. These other nations then realize well, right, if we continue to be under them or with them, they're gonna be, if we continue being with America, they're just gonna be using you and abusing you also, because that is sure what vile Esau is, a vile man. So all the friends that he feel he have in all these nations, they're gonna turn against him, because he oppressing the whole earth. He basically he is the oppressor of the earth, and the people therein, and the people in it. That is why everybody fed up by wicked rulership. Yahweh Hashem Yashai and all too also fed up by wicked rulership, because he ruling the people and them, right, wickedly, and he condoling a set of sodomy, right, and also a set of nonsense he condoling in this place. We'll get to this next precept here. Phone started glitchy, so like, yeah. Yeah, can. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, and started verse 7. And it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, and the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, right? So when they feel that the alliance they have, right, in NATO, whatever alliance they have, right, they gonna bring it to the border, right, and that is when they're gonna be destroyed with thermonuclear fire. Because right now you can see these nations and them, they're just playing a role. They're playing that snake in the barrel role. And when the time come, when they have Shabbat, when that day come, that is when they're gonna be destroyed. That is when they're gonna see the true colors of these nations, the true objective, the true purpose for being with them. Because you can see right now all these nations and them join, majority of these nations and them, these big nations and them join away from Esau Edom and the treaty. and the currency also, because why is only oppression? Why must them be because I remember this, right? As a leader of a nation, right, you gonna be like, you gonna want to be like a top dog, you gonna want to be like of a big nation, you gonna feel like that pride can be puffing you up. So you gonna be like, hey, nobody can fool me, nobody can as they say, nobody can use me. That's how these nations is. So them watching Esau and saying, hey, watch Esau, watch America now, boy, them using we and they're abusing we also. When they put sanctions on, like we're going on with Russia, all the billions, they put sanction on them, on the US dollars, they cannot get it back. When they start to make war with Ukraine, all that right there is wickedness. So these nations and them, there's like, nah. So you trying to tell me just because I went with somebody else, I can't get my dust? Remember, these them is leaders of kingdoms, leaders of nations. So them literally have that sense, that source of pride in them, whether they don't want nobody to rule them. They come like a lion. If you're a lion, there's one the next lion over them. No. Right? Continuing here, it said the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understand. There is none understanding in him. Right? So when they feel that, hey, all is good with these nations and them, right? They plotting for when that time come. Yehovah Hashem Yoshai and go eat Yehovah Hashem Yoshai going on. He already, I can say he going to ordain it. He already ordained it to happen. Continuing, it says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? Can he destroy the wise men, as it say here? And let's jump this quick piece up. I'll go back into it. I think it's Jeremiah 49 and 10. You can 49:7, and it says, Jeremiah 49:7, and it says, concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is there no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is wisdom vanished? Right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, he gonna make these other nations and them raise up against them. So all the wisdom, because I remember this, as the scriptures say, the Lord set up kings and he bring them down. So all the wisdom that Esau had, it come like he transferring all that wisdom to these other nations and them. It come like the wisdom come and surpass Esau Edom. Or I should say, when like right now, the time is coming, right, when these nations and them saying, hey, as the scriptures say, those who are weak, they raise up against them. They come just as them. Going back into the defense. What is Esau defense right now? We say money is a defense also. But right now, where's the defense? The power? Where's the power? Going back into the nuclear arms. Because how we feel Esau come and conquer the earth. How we feel this frail man who is nothing, how we feel he conquer the earth. Through wisdom, through arms, through nuclear warfare, through all these tanks and all these guns. But the time is gonna come, right, where all these nations and them also, they're gonna have the same thing as Esau. And even more. Because as I said, you can say, right? I think I was sometime the other I was watching a video on it, I can't remember. A while back I should say, they was speaking about how China have the most ground troops, right? I'm too sure about America and Russia. Most of it up bit now, Bakasha. I don't want to be off. Yeah, it can. As I was saying earlier on, right? I believe I was saying it right. China have the largest ground troop, around say roughly 2 million soldiers, and America, U.S. of A, have the most. You can have the largest air force, and China also have the largest navy. Have the largest navy, right? But going back to the precept here, no, but 1 and 3, and I end up seeing a short video concerning how it go, well, scientifical way how that nuclear war will be. Hey, and it yappa. I believe it really yappa, because when I see that I was like, yeah boy, because scriptures also speak about it. And I'll get the scripture to boot also. Right, going back here in Obadiah 1 and verse 8. Right, and it says, I shall, it's like, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and all might, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter. Right? Thermonuclear fire is gonna come to that land. That is why Yahweh Shai was letting the elect know, he come out of my people, right? And how we gonna come out of that wicked and demonic place, not physically but spiritually, right? By we entering up into that chariots when thermonuclear fire is coming down, as Brother Howard say, while we coming down, them destruction will be coming. While we going up slack, yeah, them destruction will be coming down by the way of thermonuclear fire. Right, let me get this next precept here. This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3. No, 3. 7 and 32. Right, the book of 2nd Ezra 11 and verse 32. And it says, but this he heaped up. Yeah, but this he heaped. Salakia. But this head put the whole earth, Salakia, for speech impairment. Right? But his head put but this head, Salakia, put the whole earth in fear and bear rule over it. Yes, Salakia. And bear rule. Yeah, that's how my eyes already 200, and the words too small. Normally it's be bigger than this. Yeah, can. Nice, you see, and it had right, so I will have from the first, from verse 32. Second is just 11 and 32. See, but this head put the whole earth in fear and bear rule in it over all those that dwell upon the earth with much oppression. And what's happening right now? Who oppressing the people, right? Who over us, as the precept say, right? The wicked is an authority. And who in authority right now? Who oppressing us? Who's the heads of this world? Who's the elites of this world? Isn't it Esau Edom? With the currency above all, continuing. And it says, and it had the governance of the world more than all the wings that had been. So all these countries that was before, all these kingdoms that was before, right? It have no other country, no other kingdom that was like this kingdom right now. Right? The Yahweh Shem Yashai letting us know this through the brothers and them, and through history. It had no other kingdom that is really earth like this. Esau Edom is the worst, and he must be put to death. Because why? He having us in oppression, and we fed up of this. We fed up of this oppression. Yahweh Hashem Yashai is the only person who can take us out of this place. Thermal nuclear fire is coming to you, Esau Edom, for your wickedness and for all the atrocities that they committed to the Israelites especially, and all these nations and them, because these nations are tired. The nations are them fed up by your wicked rule. They fed up by it. That's why it say here, Jeremiah 50 and verse 9, say, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. Right? China, Russia, Brazil. Right? When they form BRICS, you feel they don't have another agenda. But they don't know if you touch a button, we're going to go on. That's like how NATO make the treaty, right? If any nation or if any country, right, come against any member of NATO, how they gonna defend them? How they gonna back them up? We feel going on right now with BRICS. Or if it didn't happen, it is about to happen. Just saying. Continuing. It say, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From then she shall be taken. The arrows shall be as of a mighty man. It's like as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Right? Not one of these missiles on them going to miss the mark. Thermal nuclear fire. And they're gonna rejoice in the downfall. That's why I had to play this video here. I'm vexed I didn't get it in the beginning of the video, but yeah, I now get this video here, but a yappa video.
Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These reach their target.
It's like I want to pull back a little bit. I'm go up on YouTube. You move faster. I think we're moving shaky, but remember back a shot. Yeah, the Wi-Fi kind of shaky. Not kind of shaky, but actually it's shaky. Alright, this video here, and I'm gonna put the link in the description also. Yeah, the person says share it, so yeah, I will.
What would happen if there was a full-scale nuclear war between Russia and the United States? Based on non-classified data, the aftermath might go something like this. When one side launches nuclear missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. U.S. submarine-launched ballistic missiles from west of Norway start striking Russia after about 10 minutes. And Russian ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later. The very first strikes are high-altitude EMP attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive. Major cities are targeted, both because they contain military facilities and to
Right, and this, you know, this is gonna take a half an hour, right? But hey, we know the technology that Russia have, and this modern day technology, it might even, I ain't be surprised if it reach there in 15 minutes or 20.
stymie the enemy's post-war recovery. Some cruise missiles take hours to reach their target. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. The fireball
Cool, eh, let me see if I get a piece up one time and one too. Yeah, can. I just had to get this piece up here. This book of Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12, right? And then here the man was seeing any video how they're gonna be vaporized, the upper. Right? And it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And what that song like? What that song like? Hey, this phone is pretty mad. I'm not watching the video there, it's like, yeah. Come on.
explosions vaporize people. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud.
Yeah, which we know that ain't true at all, because how when God's will is gonna reach the sun, because none of the plants can reach the sun to even know how hot the sun is, but they know he's so many theories again. But this one here is spot on.
Intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness.
Right, because that was gonna happen, they're gonna vaporize these wicked heathens on them. The other precept say here, I'll read it again. It say the flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, right? So they can be burned with thermonuclear fire. Thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. The fireball expansion then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The United Kingdom and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the U.S. So Russia hits them too. Firestorms engulf many cities, where storm-level winds fan the flames, igniting anything that can burn, melting glass and some metals, and turning asphalt into flammable hot liquid. But the explosions, the electromagnetic pulse, and the radioactivity aren't the worst part. Nuclear winter is, caused by the black carbon smoke from the nuclear firestorms. The Hiroshima atomic bomb caused such a firestorm, but today's hydrogen bombs are much more powerful.
And let's imagine that, right? Let's imagine that Hiroshima and Nagasaki, what will happen to that land? People them couldn't even grow fruits on it. They couldn't even grow vegetation on it, right? So hey, let's imagine that gonna be worse. I can't even put a number on it, because remember the scripture say how the gonna be. Or it's gonna be like a memento, right? It's gonna be like, I forget the word they use, but basically it's gonna be like a remembrance for all people and them, for all these nations to know, hey, watch, I wanna look at Babylon. So like, yeah, when you look at Babylon, they're gonna be like, hey, watch what the Lord make happen. Watch what happened to Babylon, hey, they're gonna be like a memento, everybody gonna see it, and they're gonna know about it, and they're gonna remember it.
A large city like Moscow, with almost 50 times more people, can create much more smoke. And a firestorm sends plumes of black smoke up into the stratosphere, far above any rain clouds that would otherwise wash out the smoke. This black smoke gets heated by sunlight, lofting it like a hot air balloon for up to a decade. High-altitude jet streams are so fast that it takes only a few days for the smoke to spread across much of the northern hemisphere. In the meantime, Earth gets freezing cold, even during the summer, with farmland in Kansas cooling by about 20 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and other regions cooling almost twice as much. A recent scientific paper estimates that over 5 billion people could starve to death.
And I just want to get to that precept here when they was talking about the mushroom crowds. Beavis Joel. I wasn't gonna go in all into this, but hey, it yappa. You can. Joel 3 and verse 15, and it says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw her singing, her shining. Right? So that time gonna come when Yahweh Hashem Yahweh he gonna darken this whole place. Right? And also what he was saying afterwards, how people gonna starve to that and thing. I'm gonna bring out the next precept.
Starve to death.
The precept was saying about my people shall eat. I'm gonna get it one time. Before I play back the video. Just now, I'm gonna step on Google. Select here. I'm supposed to get a precept before, but I wasn't really going on play that video. There's 65 and 2 teams already, man. Right, Khan. This is book Isaiah chapter 65. I'll start at verse 12. Right, and it says, therefore I will number you. No, Shan. Yeah, we start verse 12. It said, therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did chaos that wherein I delighted not. Right, Yahweh Hashem. And how we do the calling? Doing the calling through his prophets, through his word. Right, and hey, they're not hearkening. They're not hearkening. Right, as the precept say, right, we have piped for them, but they have not danced. Literally telling me, we telling you all about the end of the world to come, right? And the Lord come back with anger, with fury, right, with vengeance, right? Come back to destroy everybody who not doing according to His will, And you telling me you been moved a millimeter about you been moved by that a millimeter to change from a wicked ways? You ain't thinking about it. Hey, well, the time gonna come when the Musa is saying this will gonna happen here. It said, verse 13, it said, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? Go back to the precept in Isaiah itself. I need to show you Isaiah 20, where it's saying, these nations and them, these heathens and them, these two-third jigs and them, right? They're gonna be ashamed and utterly confounded, right? The Most High gonna confound them because hey, you all do want to change from your wicked ways. Two-third Israel, well, he shall be destroyed. Verse 14 it says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Why? Because they're gonna be vexed with themselves because they never listen to the prophets when they're out on the highways and byways preaching. Let me finish up with this video here. Yeah, this phone is. That is why I discarded it. The phone is a waste of time.
Starved to death, including around 20 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees Fahrenheit hemisphere.
Go back a bit.
Sunlight, plumes of black smoke up into the stratosphere, far above any rain clouds that would otherwise wash out the smoke. This black smoke gets heated by sunlight, lofting it like a hot air balloon for up to a decade. High-altitude jet streams are so fast that it takes only a few days for the smoke to spread across much of the northern hemisphere. In the meantime, Earth gets freezing cold, even during the summer, with farmland in Kansas cooling by about 20 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and other regions cooling almost twice as much. A recent scientific paper estimates that over 5 billion people could starve to death, including around 99% of those in the United States, Europe, Russia, and China. We obviously don't know how many people will survive a nuclear war. But if it's even remotely as bad as scientists think, then it has no winners, merely losers.
Nice, Khan. You hear what it say? It have no winners, many losers. Why? Because when that time come, that gonna be the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right? And everybody going to lose. When the person who gonna win, that party was wrong about. The only person who gonna win is the elect. The elect who gonna be saved. And these other nations, them, hey, basically, them who gonna lose. Hey, that's when I give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, our great millstone, and salutation to the brothers around the Atazah, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. I hope this video was edifying. Shalom, shalom, shalom.